we move on to the third fight of the evening, which is going to be Chetna versus Shweta Kadyan. We've got an amazing fight over here because both these women are new onto the block. They both have got one professional win, and one of them might just lose their zero. Let's throw it into the ring with Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, we have a women bout. First up, making a way, Chetna Saini.
There she is, stepping into the ring. Chetna Saini, undefeated in her professional career and looking forward to build more momentum. She comes out of Gurgaon, which is the same hometown that her previous fighter Shivam came from. She's an orthodox boxer with a precise yet technical approach. Well, she's ready. She idolizes Mary Com, who is one of the biggest fighting names in India. Yeah. And Chetna actually is also a coach in her hometown. She trains young women to get better at self-defense, and that's a very noble cause out here, and I'm looking forward to see what she has.
And her opponent, all the way from Delhi, India, Shweta.
Ready to showcase her heart and skill. Here comes Shweta. She's a young fighter, but still very determined, and she's been grinding her way through and has already gotten one win in a professional debut. Arjun, what makes this great is that they both are 1-0, and one of them is going to lose that O.
You know what? Thank you, Tanay. Sorry, I took a little bit of a break, but I'm back now. Yes, I can't wait for the women that are represented by the IPBL. What an opportunity for them to be fighting on such a big fight card. They're going to be looking for some action here. They've been training so hard, and we've been seeing their preparation. They've taken this so seriously. And in fact, the level of women's boxing will be raised here tonight with this fantastic women's bout. For the final introductions, let's go inside the ring to El Boche, Jared Kyle.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She weighed in at 55.45 kilograms, representing Haryana, India. Give it up for Chetna Saini. Come on, Hyderabad, make some noise. And her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, her weight 55.95 kilograms, fighting out of Delhi, India, Shweta. Ladies and gentlemen, as the action begins, the referee for the fight, Yoginder.
Referee Yoginder just taking one last hygiene check for both the fighters. It's going to be an exciting bout. We've got Arjun, this is Delhi versus Gurgaon. It's a fight that's been happening all along.
Don't you stay in Gurgaon?
I stay in Gurgaon. Well, but I'm an announcer tonight. I'm a commentator. I don't take any sides.
I've got no dog in this fight.
But I'm only here to support the sport of boxing, and we've got an amazing bout lined up here.
No, I mean, it's just, props to IPBL to give these athletes such a chance. It's always heartening to see a lot of female fighters coming out of India, and there's so many good ones. Mary Com was the one that led the charge, but you see so many fighters, not just in boxing. We're seeing so many female fighters in mixed martial arts as well, in the sport of MMA.
And as unfortunate as it's been, a lot of the time we see that female fighters do not get support from their family. Luckily, that's not the case for Chetna. Her husband is an extremely supportive person. He told her that, you know what, Chetna, go out there, get this win.
You know the rules. No headbutt, no low blow, no rapid punch. Protect yourself all the time. Touch the gloves and go to your corners.
Fighters touch gloves, and we square up for what will be an amazing bout. The first one in the women's division at IPBL.
Box!
Here we go, round number one. Nice double jab.
Well, we can already see that Chetna has cut up Shweta on her left cheek. She's going in super aggressive out here.
I'm a little speechless here because the kind of aggression that she's bringing in, she's got her on the back foot.
I mean, it's been what, 30 seconds, and Shweta's already bleeding heavy.
I think that's a headbutt. That's not a right hook. It just could be. We don't know what caused that because it's one of these brutal exchanges in the clinch. I mean,
yeah.
It's just the crowd's gone a little silent.
Well, the crowd does not know how to react. They see Shweta bleeding really
Big
heavy,
cut on the
and
cheek
the
and-
doctor has been called in.
It's a headbutt. It's a headbutt that happened. It was a clash of heads. That's usually how these cuts happen.
Yep.
But what a start to this fight. Man, the pressure that Chetna's been putting on. The doctor is going to check on Shweta. We can take a look at that cut. If we could see a replay of how that happened. It was a headbutt that caused it. She's cut right above her left eye. And the good thing is that the blood is not trickling into her eye. It's going
Yeah.
around the side, which makes all the difference. And you can see the replay here. It was a clash here. This was the start. This was after the headbutt. It was not before the headbutt. This was after the headbutt that caused it, and the referee just took a pause, sent Chetna to the neutral corner.
I mean, you need to get some medical attention.
I mean, that's a
given to
bad
that.
cut though, because she's bleeding quite a bit. But I'm just praying that the doctors can patch her up. I'm waiting for the doctors to just come in and, you know, we can take a timeout, but that's the referee's decision.
100%. We don't want to see a fight end because of a doctor's stoppage. We want to see it end because of maybe a knockout. And looking at the skill and prowess that the fighters are bringing in here today at IPBL, a knockout might not be that far away.
The doctor's just tending to that cut here. We're going to see, assess how bad that cut is. She's cut on the eye and on the cheek. There are two cuts there, and it's interesting to see. See that cut on the cheek. Oh, that's a big cut on the cheek. We need to see what happened. If we can get a replay of that cut, how that headbutt hit. And we need to see a replay of that headbutt, because here we go. We might get a shot at the replay while the doctors are tending to Shweta. We're going to have a look. That cut looks gnarly. It's right under her left eye. And oh no, 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 no. The referee has called a stop to this fight.
Come on. That's not what we want to see today.
Oh no.
But the fighters
no,
hug
no,
no, it out.
No, no, no.
Mutual respect between
It's-
them.
It is what it is though. It's the damage that's caused to a boxer. And see the level of sportsmanship between these two girls. It is what the doctor, you know, sometimes we don't agree. Take a look at that replay. This was the
This is still after the cut.
It's still after the cut. We can't really see what caused the cut. But nevertheless, it's an end to the contest.
And
I
Chetna
think-
Saini keeps a perfect record. She moves up to 2-0. Shweta, on the other hand, unfortunately takes a first loss. And that's such a sad way to get your first loss, Arjun.
I mean, it sucks, yes, absolutely. It was that bad headbutt. We couldn't quite see it on the replay, but it was the headbutt that was caused in two spots. It was the one that hit the cheek, which caused a huge gash, and then she got cut above her eye as well. And clearly, you know, the doctors gave it every opportunity. The referees saw every chance they could take.
Absolutely.
And we're going to check with the commission. It is going to be most likely a TKO win for Chetna Saini via doctor's stoppage. Interesting.
And look at the next fight. We've got a big one. We've got Alexander Bajawa versus Brajesh Meena. Brajesh, who's been a champion in multiple WBC contests, who takes on Alexander, who is the most experienced fighter of tonight's card.
Lots more action coming up only at the Indian Pro Boxing League, live at DAZN. We're going to be right back after a good commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, just an update about the previous bout. We spoke to the chief judge, Ajay Salvi, who decided that the contest will be a no contest due to an unintentional foul because of a headbutt. But moving on, we've got the next fight in Akshaya P versus Mandeep Kaur. And
But you
let's
know,
look-
before we get to that fight, it's, you know, it's one of the worst ways to go. Unintentional fouls are exactly what they are. They're unintentional, but sadly, this is the where it, I mean, that's the cut again. That was the cut caused by the headbutt. And we still haven't seen how the headbutt occurred and how the cut actually came up, but that's what it is, and that's what we have. But that was but it was, if it wasn't for the cut, it was still the barrage of punches that followed up. I mean, Chetna went at her like a
100%.
dog on a bone, and she didn't give Shweta any room. The cut didn't make things worse, and I think the doctor made the right call.